It's good, y'all. Y'all know, back again. Another discussion video. Not really. Do I call these discussion videos? I don't even know what I call them. I think I just talking my shit, honestly. But this is about Young Thug. Now, my past self, y'all watched my Young Thug TikTok video. My past self mentioned that my future self, aka Right Now Dev, is dropping a video about the Tiny Desk performance from Young Thug. Also, the release of his album Punk, which is kind of just basically saying it's going to be a rock punk album if you watch the Tiny Desk performance. If you have not watched it, I advise you go watch it first, then come back here, and then we can have a little discussion about it. Now, just my ideas and what I expect and you know what I think is going to predict what's going to happen on this kind of rockish album or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be out of town that day. The curse is for real. It's all 2021, even 2020. Every time I go out of town, man, a big album drops or a big name artist drops an album. I do know music drops every Friday, but the coincidence of me going out of town and a big name artist dropping an album is insane. October 15th, I'm gonna have a bachelor party, or not my bachelor party, my homies, my best friends' bachelor party, and I'm gonna be gone that weekend. But look, that doesn't have anything to do with what's going to happen. All right, Young Thug is going to drop the classic in his discography. That's my prediction on it. Like, I think that Young Thug is going to bring that heat. I think Young Thug is going to finally, when you look at record sales and when you look at like sales and numbers, Young Thug's career is kind of equivalent to the Rick Ross career. Rick Ross is going to go down as a legend when it's all said and done. But when you really look at the numbers, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of Cudi is another artist the same way. To have such a big fan base and for your album to only go platinum, your first debut album to go platinum 3 years ago is insane to me. For the amount of talent and the amount of love that you have in the community in the music industry. I just think that this album right here, the album that's always different is the one that's the most successful for you, is what I feel like. It's either your first album or it's your most exotic album. All right, and I think that with him kind of going into this rock, a lot of artists doing. We got Neon Shark earlier from Juice WRLD, from Trippie Redd, and then also Juice WRLD and X were dabbling with that, and we see kind of the whole dynamic shift in Travis Barker getting involved with a lot more artists, a lot more rap artists nowadays, and we are now getting into the the emo rock punk phase. I tell my subscribers all the time when we're on Twitch, man, I wish that the emo phase would come back. I feel bad for a lot of you guys that don't have the emo phase. Honestly, God forbid, man. That's why probably the depression's at all-time high. Back in the day, we used to live through the Good Charlottes, the Blink 182s, the Linkin Parks, the Killers, Sum 41s, Foo Fighters, Green Days. Those were our ways of getting through depression for the emo kids. I feel like you guys just don't have that nowadays, where you guys have the druggy artists that kind of just give the wrong message, in my opinion. Very good to listen to, but the message there is wrong and it's misleading. So I think that if I would love an emo phase, and I think that hearing these Tiny Desk performance, man, fuck, why I keep doing that? Young Thug literally has the best. He has one of the best sounds to bring out that emo rock. Like I said, Trippie was one of the, Trippie is a true rock star. I compared it. I feel like if we had to compare who was a rock star nowadays, Trippie Redd is that rock star. Lil Uzi Vert is not the rock star in terms of sound. In terms of sound, I think Trippie Redd has that shit on lock, and he can literally do the damn thing if he has the right production and the right drummer behind him. I feel like with Young Thug, that intro where he was doing like the little poet. He did say, I'm 12. I found out I wasn't gay when I was 12. I was like, okay, like that was kind of crazy. Little tangent, but that's when it comes to Young Thug, we gonna get a lot of tangent shit. He also said his mom got hit by a car and she was in a coma, but she lived. Anticlimactic right there, because I thought it was gonna be some sad shit. But Young Thug just being Young Thug again. I thought that intro track that he had there was pretty fire. And then also going into the TikTok live, I said it in the TikTok video. The TikTok live is better than the actual TikTok regular quality, the CD quality. I think I literally think that CD quality did it injustice, and I feel like the whole live rock, guitars between Travis Barker going there. I thought that the whole thing was fire. I do expect Young Thug to mesh well with the sound. It's not like he's just gonna get on there and it's gonna sound horrible. I think that he has enough resources and enough connects to, bring a punk rock album to sound very, very well thought out, and it's not gonna be no bullshit. He's been working on it. They were wearing a lot of pink in the Tiny Desk performance, so I think that might be the main theme, as well as TikTok. There was a lot of pink going on in there, so I think if Young Thug can pull off the Cameron resurrection in 2021, it'll be Young Thug. I also feel like with the likes of Travis Barker on there, and probably some big name guitarists that he's going to get on there. I don't know who really can feature on here. I would definitely love to see a Trippie feature on here, but I don't know who could actually feature on this, and that I would like to see on here. But I think that if he keeps it short, he keeps it simple, he brings his emotion, which he always does. He brings that voice that he has. He uses his voice as an instrument, the best out of any artist in the game. I think that we might have a fucking classic from Young Thug. That's just my opinion right there. I don't want to give it too much hype because, when you give something too much hype, man, that's literally where you get your expectations. They start, dwindling down, and it starts to affect you as a listener. But I think that, Young Thug, man, he has the talent to do it all, man. I don't want to go too much about it, man. I want to hear y'all opinions in the comments about it. I want to hear what y'all think. I just wanted to give my little opinion on it. I ain't nothing important, but I just wanted to give how I feel about it. I think that, it's going to be cool. As you guys heard, man, we've heard probably 4 to 5 rock rap albums now in the last year and a half, 2 years. And I tell you, man, when these artists that they're bringing this emo sound, but in more of the trap game, when you put that shit on live instrumentation, man, it's always going to sound better. I always tell people that it's always going to sound better. Again, you guys should have been alive. I mean, it's not y'all fault, it's your parents' fault, but you should have been alive during that emo phase, man, because what a time to be alive, no pun intended. All right, what a time to be alive it was in that late 90s, early 2000s, man. It was crazy. Just an all-around good vibe, no really judgments. It's kind of crazy when you ever think about it, man. When you go you go to the club, right, and it could be the most hoodish club anywhere you go, and as soon as all the small things starts playing, and everybody, all the small things, true, everybody just going crazy when you hear shit like that. Let Mr. Brightside play in the club, and I guarantee you, kids, kids of the 2000s, or not the 2000s, the late 90s, early 90s. They going crazy over that Mr. Brightside, bro. If they let the Killers play and shit, Mr. Brightside is like a motherfucking anthem. So I always say, man, it's kind of funny when you look at it like that. Like how, even look at it for the 80s. Californication comes on. Not Californication, but, Under the Bridge comes on, shit like that. And, everybody loves RACP. So it's kind of just like when you think about tracks like that, and everybody's just jamming and listening. Nervy, all Teen Spirit comes on. Those 80s teens are literally going insane. So I just feel bad for a lot of people that just didn't get that. There's not a lot of rock music nowadays. All right, so I feel like right now, man, this is the time. This is the time for them to shift the spectrum, and for them to kind of just do their thing. And you can see artists pushing that agenda. The Thugs, the Trippies. They definitely were doing it with X. They definitely were doing it with Juice. You just need a couple more artists to do the damn thing and find out. And even look at Cardi. Cardi's not doing the punk rock, but he's doing his own way of rock. With heavy influence in the punk vibes and the very metal vibes and just hardcore vibes. You can see Cardi doing it in his own way as well. Not that it's good or not, but at least you pushing the agenda and trying something different. Other than the whole, kind of rage sound that's been going on now for the last 4 years that, the Gen Alphas love. I don't know what the fuck they love about it, but, the Gen Alphas love and just going crazy and doing drugs and shit. So, anyways, man, get in the comments below. What you think, man. Follow me on social media, what you hear. 3,000 likes, man. You can do on the wall. Until the next time, it's been more dev. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, share all the good stuff. Till next time, man. We out. Peace.